Hi everyone, welcome to Movie World. I'm Robert Waldman. Today we're going back in time again. The year is 1981. Here's a romantic drama. The movie is called Rich and Famous, and not surprisingly, it's about two people, rich and famous. So here's the story. We see two friends first meet in college, and then 15 or 20 odd years later, they reunite. Cast as Mary is Candice Bergen. Now that's Edgar Bergen's daughter, who rose to international fame, amongst others, first with her debut performance in the 1960s, the early 1960s, as a college student in the movie The Group, and then she became a huge star, I guess back in the 1980s, as Murphy Brown on CBS television. Very fine, accomplished actress. And a little bit of local trivia, Candice Bergen also starred opposite a very young Jack Nicholson in the Vancouver-made movie Carnal Knowledge with Art Garfunkel. That was about the sexual awakening of a couple of young men. Well, in this movie, sex also plays a key role. You see, while Mary gets married to a fellow named Doug and they have a child, and Mary moves off to La La Land, Los Angeles, California, Malibu to be exact, you think that her life is set. After all, she's got a husband, a young daughter, and they're rich, and everything seems fine. But Mary has had a long time dream of being an author. And wouldn't you know it, her friend Liz, who lives on the other side of the country in New York, she actually is a successful author. Liz is played by top British actress Jacqueline Bisset, so memorable in a host of movies such as The Deep. And I want to add that Miss Bisset is still going strong, having appeared in over 105 movies and television productions. And she's currently still making movies. What an impressive career. Well, wouldn't you know it, that these two women share a lot in common, but there's sort of like some competition between the two. The question is, will their friendship survive after all these years? Who knows? That's part of the appeal of this movie, which also features a very young Meg Ryan at 18, who happens to be playing Mary's daughter. So, what do we have here? We have competition in its extreme. Competition with men, competition, more importantly, I guess, with career. Because you see, Mary wants to have the success, I guess, globally and in the academic world and in the general public, as does her friend Liz. She wants to be a successful author. So there's a rivalry, there's a competition, and there's also perhaps competition among men. You see, maybe, just maybe, Mary isn't that happy because she may be thinking that perhaps her husband Doug has a thing or is having a thing with Liz. You'll have to see the movie to check it out. I also want to say that Liz, being single and I guess in her 40s, she may have a thing to find other men. So the movie's kind of sexy. Some of the scenes are a little bit too far-fetched, I think at least, because you wonder whether a 40-year-old woman could get it on with a fellow half her age, but maybe she can. Perhaps the younger guy is more virile, more successful, more adventurous than maybe some of those old 40, 50-year-olds. Who knows? It's up to you to decide. I like the performances. Both women are at the top of their game, even though Candice Bergen's southern drawl seems a little bit too overbearing and overpowering. But the key, I think, to Rich and Famous, which was filmed on location in Los Angeles, at Malibu, in New Jersey, in New York City, the key has to be the friendship between these two. The movie is directed by George Cukor. Many of you may not know him. This was his second last film he made. His last filming was with Barbra Streisand. But let's be clear, George Cukor is one of the finest directors of all time. Amongst other movies that he directed and co-wrote were a couple of 1939 rather small movies, namely The Wizard of Oz and Gone with the Wind. So great director, great cast, serious drama, people can relate to it, especially women, I believe. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give Rich and Famous, I'm going to give it a 6. I hope you get a chance to check out this movie. I think you'll like the performance of two really actresses at the top of the game. Thank you for watching. Robert Waldman for The Movie World. Hope to see you again.